By way of knockout, proudly fighting out of and representing his home of Watford, England.
Introducing the pride of Watford, England, and the former two-time heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel Dubois. With an Olympic gold medal from 2012 and a fierce reputation, Dubois entered the arena to the sound of Michael Jackson's Bad, which was a fitting choice for the man who had made waves in the boxing world. His calm demeanor ahead of this fight showed he was here for business, and despite being respectful, his no-nonsense attitude was clear throughout the week leading up to the fight. Fans were eagerly awaiting the showdown between two of Britain's finest heavyweights. Anthony Joshua had added another belt to his collection by the end of this bout, securing his spot as the best British heavyweight. His victory over Daniel Dubois in the 11th round of this fight was not only thrilling but also decisive, removing any doubt about who currently reigns supreme. Joshua, having come off a string of 4 consecutive victories, stopped the young gun Dubois in one of the most dramatic boxing displays in recent history. While Joshua's experience gave him the edge, it was Daniel Dubois' sheer determination that made this fight a true classic. Despite being floored by a right hand in the 6th round that could have knocked out anyone, Joshua managed to get up, dazed but determined, and pressed on. This was one of those matches where you couldn't blink, as the momentum shifted back and forth with every punch. It was the 11th round that sealed the deal. Dubois, using every ounce of energy from his 23-fight career, pushed Joshua hard, but it only took a single uppercut from Joshua to completely change the course of the fight. Dubois was rocked, his legs unsteady. The following left hook and right hand put him down, but somehow he got back up. Joshua, laser-focused, moved in for the finish, showing his ability to capitalize on every opportunity. The power in Joshua's punches was undeniable. Each strike landed with purpose, forcing Dubois into the ropes. The crowd roared as Dubois hit the canvas, a left hook sending him down like a tree felled in the forest. Yet, in one of the most remarkable displays of heart and grit, Dubois got back to his feet, refusing to give in. It was clear, though, that he was in deep trouble. Joshua's relentless follow-up left no doubt about the outcome, and the referee had no choice but to step in and end the contest. After the fight, Joshua, ever the sportsman, took the microphone and delivered a message that resonated far beyond the ring. "Boxing is about character," he said. "There is nowhere to hide. Anyone can do this. Give it a go." Massive respect to Daniel Dubois. He's a great athlete in and out of the ring. Dubois, battered but not broken, echoed Joshua's sentiment. "The best man won," he admitted, gracious in defeat. All respect to Anthony. The crowd, a roaring 90,000 strong at Wembley Stadium, acknowledged both fighters with thunderous applause. While the outcome was clear, the journey to get there was one filled with blood, sweat, and respect. For Dubois, the path to this fight had been filled with ups and downs. He had taken down notable names, including Kevin Johnson, who managed to go the distance with him. Yet, this fight against Joshua would be the defining moment of his career, win or lose. As he stood in the ring, waiting for the champion to make his entrance, the anticipation was palpable. Joshua, walking through the crowd with his usual swagger, knew he had to win, but Dubois was not an opponent to be taken lightly. Both fighters felt each other out during the opening rounds, with neither man willing to take any unnecessary risks. Dubois, the younger of the two, kept his distance and jabbed from range, trying to set up openings. Joshua, more experienced, remained calm, picking his shots carefully. The tension built steadily until Dubois landed a significant right hand in the 4th round, momentarily catching Joshua off guard. But Joshua's composure remained intact. As the 5th round began, the fight truly came to life. Joshua, sensing his moment, unleashed a barrage of punches, sending Dubois to the canvas. The crowd erupted as Dubois struggled to his feet. But in a stunning turnaround, Dubois fired back with a powerful uppercut that staggered Joshua. The tide of the fight had shifted yet again. Joshua remarkably smiled as he returned to his corner, a sign that he was ready for the war that was now unfolding. In the sixth round, Dubois landed a bomb that dropped Joshua to the canvas, shaking the entire stadium. It seemed like the fight might end right then and there. Joshua, dazed and unsure of his footing, somehow got up and survived the round. The crowd held its collective breath as both men headed into the seventh, knowing that either fighter could win with a single punch. Joshua slowly regained his composure in the following rounds, returning to his jab and staying out of harm's way. Dubois, still riding the adrenaline from his earlier knockdown, looked for an opportunity to land another big shot. However, by the eighth round, Joshua had found his rhythm again, keeping Dubois at bay with his superior technique. The ninth and 10th rounds saw a resurgence in Joshua's confidence as he began to take control of the fight. Dubois, while still dangerous, seemed to be tiring. Joshua's experience showed as he carefully outboxed his opponent, landing clean shots and frustrating Dubois with his movement. Then came the fateful 11th round. Dubois, having fought valiantly for nearly an hour, couldn't withstand the onslaught that Joshua unleashed. It was a brutal, calculated attack, and Dubois simply couldn't recover. Joshua, smelling blood, moved in and finished the job with a devastating combination that left Dubois unable to continue. The referee waved off the fight, and Joshua was once again crowned the victor. The fight was not just a triumph for Joshua, but also a reminder of why he remains one of the biggest stars in the sport. His ability to weather the storm, get back up after being knocked down, and deliver a knockout blow prove that he still has what it takes to be the best in the heavyweight division. Dubois, on the other hand, showed incredible heart and resilience, and while he didn't win, he gained the respect of the entire boxing world. After the fight, Joshua reflected on the journey that had brought him to this point. "Boxing is tough," he said, "but it's also simple. You get knocked down, you get back up, and you keep going." As the dust settled, the world turned its attention to the future. With this victory, Joshua solidified his position as the top contender to face the likes of Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. Dubois, meanwhile, would need to regroup and plan his next move. But if there was one thing that was certain, it was that both men had cemented their legacies in the sport. This was the type of fight that would be remembered for years to come. It had everything: drama, excitement, skill, and heart. Fans would be talking about this showdown long after the final bell had rung. In terms of punches, Joshua threw a total of 355, landing 107 of them. Dubois, ever the warrior, threw 256 punches, connecting with 94. Joshua's precision and timing ultimately won him the fight, but Dubois's grit and determination ensured that this battle would be one for the history books. For Joshua, the road ahead looks bright. He has regained his form and is once again a dominant force in the heavyweight division. For Dubois, the loss will sting, but he has shown that he has the heart of a champion, and his journey is far from over. As the night came to an end, both men left the ring as warriors. Joshua, with his